So, Python is a programming language created in 1989 by Guido van Rossum in the Netherlands, inspired by the TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus, from which the name Python was derived. Python is an object-oriented programming language, now managed by the Python Software Foundation, a non-profit organization founded in 2001. So, what does object-oriented programming mean? Object-oriented programming is a programming concept that uses real or virtual objects to structure and organize code. In other words, we design an object, assign it data, which are properties, and actions, which are functions. For example, if we design an object that is a car, we can give it properties such as a brand, color, and functions like the ability to drive. The programming language, Python, is open source, which means its source code is freely available for any developer worldwide to use, modify, and distribute. You will find the GitHub link to Python's source code in the description of this video. Why use Python then? Indeed, there are several object-oriented programming languages, such as C++, Java, which are also open source. So why did we choose to use Python for machine learning and deep learning? Firstly, because Python is free software. Yes, you can install Python on as many computers as you want. Secondly, because of its ease of learning. Indeed, Python's programming language has a clear and readable syntax, making it relatively easy for beginners to pick up. Another reason we chose Python is that it is a cross-platform programming language. It works on many operating systems such as Windows, which we are currently using, as well as macOS, Linux, Android, and iOS. Another advantage of Python is that it is an interpreted language. It does not need to be compiled to run, unlike some languages such as C, C++, or Fortran. For those who have worked with it a bit, one of the greatest strengths of Python is the vast community of developers and users around this language. And there are many resources, such as PDFs, books, tutorials, or even discussion forums. This is what makes Python the most used programming software in 2023 and 2024, according to the Index of Popular Languages. Now, why use Python for machine learning and deep learning? Machine learning, which is learning from data, and deep learning, which is advanced learning. We will come back to these terms in more detail later. But we use Python for machine learning and deep learning mainly because of its vast range of libraries. For example, there is NumPy, which is a library used for numerical calculations and matrix manipulation. There is also Pandas, a library used for data manipulation and analysis. You will also find scikit-learn, which is generally used in machine learning, and libraries such as TensorFlow or PyTorch, which are used for deep learning. The Python programming language also has its disadvantages. The first drawback that can be noted is poor memory management. Yes, Python's calculations require a lot of RAM. A second disadvantage is that this programming language is slow. Indeed, Python is a slower language compared to compiled languages like C or C++. To compensate for the slowness of Python, GPUs, which are graphical processing units, are used. What you need to remember about why Python is used can be summarized in 9 points. The first point is that Python is an object-oriented and open-source programming language created in 1989 by Guido van Rossum. The second point is that Python is a free programming language. The third point is that it is easy to learn. The fourth point is that Python is cross-platform. The fifth point is that it is an interpreted language and does not need to be compiled before. The sixth point is that Python has a vast community. The seventh is that Python has a wide range of libraries that allow for training artificial intelligence models, such as for machine learning and deep learning. Eighth, Python has been the most used language since 2023. The ninth point is that Python is a slow programming language that requires a lot of memory and needs GPUs to overcome its slowness and make it more efficient. In an upcoming tutorial, we will specify the computer capabilities needed to perform machine learning, and we will also recommend the type of graphics card you will need to train deep learning models. Thank you for watching this tutorial and see you very soon.